Hello, friends and family. It's been one whole year since we've been in the house, and we got a lot of projects done, and I'm getting ready to start on another one. Here we go. Right, so we're on the back side of the shop, and as you can see right here, I've got a rough outline here for what is going to be, a fire pit. Right, I'm gonna put it off in the back corner here so we can still drive through. There's the railroad ties that have been kind of hanging out since last year. I've got it marked off for where we're gonna put the railroad ties, and a bucket, and railroad ties, and a bucket, and railroad ties, and a bucket, and it's gonna ultimately look something like this. Here's an update on the retaining wall. So if you've watched the other videos from last summer, this is kind of what it was looking like. This is when we had the ideas to lay down the railroad ties. We found all these blocks down at the bottom of the bowl. We were pulling them out and stacking them up here to create that retaining wall. And just bringing the dirt around from the front, putting it back here, just kind of stacking it up, smoothing it out. So these are a lot of the before shots here when it was just kind of that gentle slope down the hill. So we built it up quite a bit, and it was just by luck that we found all of these cinder blocks. It was really, really helpful. And we had that marked out red line there that I sprayed, and I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna put Japanese maples and all the good stuff here. So I'm super happy this actually came to fruition. It took a little while, but yeah, so we ended up mounding it up and been putting grass clippings, things like that, and just kind of filling it in where we can. The chickens have been having a blast. They've been up there on top of it, kind of doing their thing. So I don't know how happy they're gonna be that we've smoothed out their half coop, is what I'm calling it. The chickens are so silly. I put this little piece of wire around here, and for some reason they didn't want to leave it. They thought that they were stuck. So flash forward to now. This is what the pile looks like. So the goal is to smooth this out all flat here, and Andy's using that box blade to just push and pull this dirt until we get it smooth like we like. This video definitely does not do this slope justice. It doesn't look as steep as it is, but when you're standing there in real life, it seems pretty steep. I mean, it comes up to my neck almost when I'm standing on the ground here. And more box blading. This definitely was one of those attachments that we're like, man, do we need it? Absolutely. I don't think that we could have ever gotten accomplished what we did without having this box blade. And this thing is mean for being not very big. So we're trying to smooth out this line here across. This is where those railroad ties are gonna sit down flat. So we're just trying to, tear it up as much as we can. It's another day, and we've been chatting about the retaining wall, and I think we're gonna need to make one change, unfortunately. And the change is probably gonna be these galvanized tubs that we got. These are, I still have stickers on them that need to come off, but anywho, they're 28-gallon buckets, which I really like. I like the look of them. I think they're cool. I think they're gonna last a while. You cannot find these anywhere. I tried to get them online, tried to get them shipped to the store. Can't get them. I don't know what the deal is. So you can get these fire pit rings though, which size comparison, like these are much bigger. They obviously no bottom on them. I think they look neat. It's not going to be this rusty because we're not going to be burning in them. But I thought maybe instead of doing the barrels, the 28-gallon tubs, if I did these, that might be cool. They're bigger. We've got more room over here. Eventually this whole thing needs to get taken out because that tree's dead. So I'd like to have some shade and things over here. So I thought maybe if I have this and it doesn't have a bottom on it, I can plant bigger trees. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now, my only concern is I want to make this an out here. And by an out, I mean, like, I want to be able to drive the tractor or, you know, one of the vehicles through here and get up the hill if need be. I mean, it's not the end of the world if we don't do that, because the neighbors here, their driveway goes from the street all the way up here, all the way back there, way behind our property. And there's kind of a way in here. So, I mean, I could still take my rigs or my tractor or what have you, go down their road. I don't really want to do that. I feel bad. I don't want to drive on other people's roads. But if I have to, I mean, what can you do? But I can come this way off their road, which comes off the side of our property, and come from up there and down this way. I don't know. I'll work it out. So I have bummer news. We're down one tree. I had to pull it out. Check it out. It's got like black, I don't know what it's called. It happens to Japanese maples, I guess. I noticed the leaves were looking a little crummy. So look, it's all black. And then it just like continued up. I tried to cut most of it off, but it didn't work. So now we gotta go find a new tree. So we just went to the garden market. I picked up another coral bark maple. I'm digging out the old dirt. We're gonna put them in and restore the wall. Ta-da! There she is. Brand new tree. And it fits right in. It's a little fluffier than the others, but height-wise, I think we did pretty dang good. And my nasturtiums are blooming. So today the goal was to smooth a little bit more, sink these railroad ties down, at least this one here on the side going towards the tree, to kind of get things started. It is sitting a little bit lower than the others, but look at, we got the fire rings and they're looking really cool. So Andy took the Pulaski, he kind of dug down, sank it in. We're lining up the rings. We do need gravel to kind of get these all leveled out. So today we just kind of lined everything up. So it's all out there ready to go. We measured it off, kind of just eyeballing it with the rings there. And we're gonna get more gravel tomorrow and level things up. I went out and the sky was this weird pinkish purpley haze because the fires are going on down south, and it really made the nasturtiums pop out here. This video does not do them justice. These are so cool. I planted them in the spring, put the seeds in the ground. They came right up. There was actually so many of them I had to take some of them out, but they come in this orangey color, that deep orange and a yellowy orange and even red. They're so great for the pollinators. They've been bringing in bees and what are those little birds called? Hummingbirds. They've just been going wild, and I just needed to show them because they're so beautiful. And they're super cool plant because you can eat the leaves, you can eat the flowers, you can make jelly with the flowers that's like this pretty orange color, and they've just been going wild. I love them so much. We are at Boyce & Sons getting some gravel to level out the railroad ties. We got 3/4 minus. So we had a ton going on the last couple weekends and didn't get back to this project for probably 2 more weeks after we got gravel. But here we are now getting everything lined out.
So we decided instead of putting trees back in these buckets, what we're going to do is put posts in them and hang string lights from them, which I think is actually going to be super cool. I'm excited to do it. So we're going to continue on this project later as far as what the after looks like getting those in, but pretty much the wall itself is done. And this is what it's looking like. The final look will be coming soon.